everybody, and welcome to the next match of Owlet. And prepare for the sweet, sweet sounds of Steidel. I am Steidel24, your analysis and color caster for today. And joining me for play-by-play, a newer caster to the ranks, so make sure you give him a warm welcome. Pip, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing really well. I got to cast a game last week in the majors. I'm really excited to see what we get in the minors, where we have some more, interesting team comps coming out.
Yeah, I'm super psyched as well. I know a lot of the majors players that were up for free agency last weekend. I'm not familiar with any of these guys other than what I saw them put on the plate on Lijiang Tower and Kings Row, what everyone just saw. So I'm super excited. Is there anything? We're going to be on Lijiang Tower first, so I wanted to ask you, what's the big thing you're looking for?
With Lijiang, honestly, it's all about those main tanks for me, especially if we see a Reinhardt coming out from Piper, or just Winston, also very important. Just being able to take a lot of space in these King of the Hill maps.
Very nice. And speaking of main tanks, while I have it on my brain, we do have two new players coming into the teams. If you're still with us from the last two matches, then you will not have seen these two, Infection and Grumpy. Infection is going to be coming in on Team D as a main support, and then we are going to be having Grumpy, who I believe is also on Team D, yep, coming in at the off-tank role.
See, and I've just seen we've actually been lied to. We're not going to Lijiang, we're instead going to Gibraltar.
Well, sorry, no main tank fun for you. It's going to be all about those DPS here on Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Absolutely, in two different types. You either see the very long range hit scan DPS like Widow coming out, or you see the dive DPS like Doomfist. I'm excited to see what we get.
Yeah, and especially with how prevalent the counterplay between the Goats and Doomfist soldier compositions we've been seeing kind of make their way into the meta.
Absolutely. So really, as the key analysis guy, what are you going to be looking for? Especially, I'm more interested in this attacking team. What are we going to see out of them?
So on this first part, and that's all I'm really going to focus on for now, is I'm going to be looking for the way that they attack the defense, because there's only really two different ways to attack this. Take the high ground and stop them before they go into that choke, or take the low ground and either A, stop them way ahead of the choke, or allow them to progress just past. So it's going to be interesting to see how the offense works together to either get up on the high ground, dislodge the defense, or just brute force their way underneath that bridge.
So I'm seeing the Doomfist coming out on the defense, and he's playing up against a Sombra and a Pharah, so I don't know if he's going to have too good of a time here. Yeah,
Max and Heartbeat are going to really hard press to be focusing down that Pharah. If they decide to bring it out, it's not looking like they're going to do that. They want to go a little bit sturdier. Like I said, they're looking to go for that brawly, not necessarily brawly, but brute forcing their way through. They're going to use Mei to go behind the team, work on any healers or super mobile targets, any big shields, which isn't going to be a problem because they are going up against a Winston. And the rest of them are just going to go crazy, but keep an eye on Myas on that Genji.
As you said, Myas on the Genji is going to be a big player here, jumping up, but he's found Piper. Piper's just waiting for him to do big damage, and he's going to have to dash away instantly. Meanwhile, the Doomfist taking the off angle. I really like this. And there's the dive. Piper gets slept, but not a big amount of damage done. Doomfist punching forward, but can't find him. But there's a big kill from Vorden onto Infection. Down he goes. They're pushing in, though. The red team, D, trying to find him, and there it is. Two big kills from Mei. Absolutely turning it around here on this Sombra. They've got to push up. They've got to try and capitalize. D.Va taking a lot of damage here. Vorden gonna try and get away, but the hack is huge as he's taking huge damage off of this Zarya. Let's see if they can get him demaxed. Down he goes. Early team fight win. To his offensive side.
And the key part to that offensive push was patience. They separated the team. Now you're seeing the detriment of that as Nico Bryan as well as Max just get kind of secluded off and staggered in the last little pieces of this fight. And now they're just trickling in.
And like you said, you were pointing out Grumpy Kitten on that off tank, trying to come in, trying to make something happen. He's just got 4 kills for himself in that fight, showing he's a good substitution to make.
Yeah, so right now, Team D, I believe, in red, with a very good push, they were able to wait it out. They waited for the dive. Good reaction with the sleep dart. Focus down, use the Sombra to take care of those super mobile targets, and from there it was just child's play.
Absolutely, and let's see what they can make happen in this second point. The Piper's actually playing a lot more defensively than I would have expected. Pulling back, Wardlow does get hacked, can't push in, and they've got to keep pulling back, I think. They're just going to keep pushing forward. Grumpy's getting doing huge damage, and there it is from Piper. In he goes with the anti-AC from Bigger, and Facecam taking a lot of damage, and there's the EMP from Sombra. Beautiful play, 2 quick kills. Mei moving in, but can't actually find the kill that he's looking for. A soldier doing big damage here, does find Sombra, but they should be able to pick him up here. With Heartbeat though, getting a big sleep. I'm saying this, it keeps turning around as Piper and Heartbeat look to hold it, but they're going to get chased back. And it looks like Team win another early fight.
Yep, Team C is definitely going to get pushed back from that encounter, but it's not going to be a total loss. Team D used a lot of ultimates in that last fight, so if Team C plays this properly, they can bring it back and have ult advantage at the end.
Absolutely, and in they go, getting these ult advantage up as Neo gets a big kill onto Mei early on, and that's it. Just Team D are just going to pull straight back. Like you said, they wasted all of their ults. Well, not wasted, but used all of their ults.
But now Team D, however, they have flipped the tables over. They were able to use that final encounter well. They didn't allow Team C to get much damage at all, and with the switch that Max and Nihao both had to make, they're not going to have a lot of ultimates on board for this next defense. The Shatter's on board for both Reinhardts. The mind games have ensued, but the hack comes through!
Absolutely massive hack, keeping him in, and there's the Shatter. Two really fast hits, but no, the counter Shatter from Piper, and they nano him, and he goes, see if he can make anything happen here. He's pushing onto Diana, he can't quite find him though. Down he goes, Piper does get one, and they're pushing in. Max coming in with the brig, and that's another kill for him. Pushing up, Maya's taking a lot of damage, but what I'm more worried about is Grim on the point. Face combo, it's two! Beautiful ult here from this Junkrat. Oh.
Man, that was a fight that I thought was going to end quickly, and then all the ultimates were let out of their jail cells there. Piper and I believe it's Heartbeat with the beautiful counter nano shatter that just completely tore apart that attack.
Absolutely. I mean, I thought it was over with that shatter from the D team, but no, the counter shatter from Piper was huge.
Gotta keep an eye out for Vorden on top of this ship. He has great positioning, has a Diva Bomb available, and with one good shield bash from Max.
But no, there's actually a lot more else than they thought. They're popping the Diva. They do
charge!
Oh! But they do actually pop a lot of ults here.
They did use a lot of ults, but they just successfully put together one of the harder Diva combos to nail. Vorden went ahead and popped that bomb off the top of the ship, and Piper just nailed Reliable into the wall, making it so he couldn't protect a single person on his team.
Absolutely. I mean, Team D in a bit of trouble here. What would you say they have to do to get back into it?
Right now, they need to find a way to get past this two-pronged attack. That's not the way to do it.
They do pop the grab, but nothing gonna cover it. They even pop Samber as well. They're trying to make something happen. Out comes the EMP. That's three big ults. Let's see if they can make something happen here. But Piper and Max doing big damage, and they pop the nano as well. Piper looking to get some more sweet kills of his own, but Max is doing all the work himself. Brigida, Piper does pick up one, but it's just Sombra Mei in a lot of trouble here. It's gonna get out though.
Yeah, and right now, if you're Team D, you need to be looking to make some switches. You need some long-range DPS or maybe some verticality. You're letting Nihao, Brian, and Facecalm sit on the top of this ship up here and just pepper in damage, free damage throughout all of these team fights. And even with the EMP from Mei, nobody could touch Nihao, Brian.
Look at this. I don't think Mei realizes he's up there.
Oh.
Pushing up. Could be an absolutely massive pick. Grumpy Kitten, though, gonna push up. Myers gets a massive pick onto Vorden, but actually, the anti-nade's huge. They're both low. There it is. Nihao does get Maz, and with Max finding Reliable, that's huge. I don't know if you saw it, but the anti-nade just fired in by Heartbeat saves that fight for them.
Yeah, Heartbeat's been a pretty crucial part of this defense. We've seen now 3 different clutch moments. First was the sleep on the initial dive, sleeps the outgoing Reinhardt, makes it so he can't get away. Then we have the nano boost for the counter shatter, and now once again beautiful nade into that fight to keep the team alive.
Absolutely, and up he goes with the nano as well. Reliable pushing it, but he does get trapped by Rez. I love this from
Piper behind.
Oh, in they come, my Piper, but doesn't quite land it. This is huge with Myers picking up Max, and they're pushing forward. The Doom is also going to pop ult. Grumpy Kitten finding Nihao, and there's the ult from Myers to find Heartbeat. They're pushing forward. Piper taking a lot of damage, and Mei picking up Vorden. Team D fighting back into this. Beautiful play from them.
I'm curious as to what the shot calling was there for Team C. Piper with a beautiful position to have a great shatter from behind that would have grabbed at least 4 people, but decided to charge through and save the shatter for later.
They come again. The rally is popped, but with Facecalm picking up Pochu, they might not even need to. This is massive. The EMP comes out, but it's way too late as they've already popped all of the cooldowns they need, with Nihao picking up a couple of easy kills for himself here. That's a second point hold.
Yep, and Team C doing a great job of pushing Team D back. I do apologize, guys. I believe our overlays are just a little bit messed up. The red team is Team D. But Team C doing a beautiful job of pushing that payload, but it took them a little bit too long to get into tried to defend that payload. But it took Team D a little bit too long to decipher that two-pronged attack here at the ship. They didn't switch to the verticality soon enough, and they lost a lot of time because of it.
Absolutely, but something I'd be really, really interested in is seeing what this Team C pick up on offense. I was going to say, because they were playing Junkrat, Soldier, which are typically much more defensive heroes than offensive, so I'm interested to see what the DPS switch to.
Well, let's see. Right now, we have Team C making their selections. They're going to be in blue on the on the offense now. Defensively, we are looking for a bit of a divey goats kind of mix mash here. We got the Winston and the Diva, of course, for target selection, the Ana in the background for that massive amount of healing, and Pokitude to boost in the Ana and the Brigitte, but then you're bringing in the Brigitte, so you have a little bit of that brawly aspect as well. Maybe not. Myas is going to go ahead and hop on over to the Doomfist or the Genji. All right, he's just making fun of me, making me swap around my analysis here, but they are going for a very dive-heavy composition. With the Reinhardt Zarya, that could be a detriment, especially if Facecalm does stick to the Pharah with the Mercy to pocket. Mei is going to be hard-pressed to find any purchase on that Pharah, and Infection as well is going to need to focus on healing and not on those guys.
Absolutely, Pharah going to be given a lot of range here, but what I'm worried about is Nihao on this Soldier, a very, very easy dive target. But Pharah, like you said, just not at all contested. Infection having to focus on healing. You can't do anything to it, just fire it. Much damage as possible. I don't think they're even going to contest for it, but
nope, now you're seeing the second kind of defense. You pepper it around on the top, see what the attackers are going to do. You allow them to get so far they can't go back for swaps, and you drop behind them and pressure them through the choke.
Absolutely, in they go, with Vorden picking up a quick kill onto Mia's and finding reliable reses there. The Winston does dive in, but no one really comes. It's a very, very split push, and look at this. Team C going to get the easy cleanup here, pushing up through this first point.
And you can see that Team D is in the blue. You can see Team D here pushing. Viper is doing an amazing job of running this main tank role. The entire team staying behind him throughout this push so far. And for a free agent put together last minute showcase team, the blue team here is doing a fantastic job.
Absolutely, they've really pulled together their coordination, if nothing else. But in comes reliable res. A lot of damage though. Again, he pushes in with no backup. Grumpy Kitten also takes some big damage here. Pokitude, a lot to worry about. He does have to pop the sound barrier, but I don't know if they can do anything with it. And out comes the EMP. A lot of these odds coming out. Mei does get the big kill onto Max. Let's see if they can make anything happen with it. With the sleep onto Piper, Piper taking big damage and does get hacked. But a beautiful Helix rocket from Nihao takes Myers out of the fight. And with Heartbeat getting a big res onto Max, it looks like Team C might be winning this fight again with reliable res. He's taking a lot of damage up on this high ground. So they can pick it up, and there's the big ult, but actually protected by Grumpy Kitten. The nano boost does come in as well, doing big damage on the Felspalm, but he's being kept alive by Heartbeat. Heartbeat, the stand-up player, the hack does come through, and they do in fact chase them back with a billion ults pop. Miasto wants to push in, wants to get a kill, but Piper gonna bunch him back. Out they come though, straight back in. Out comes the Shadow, nothing gonna come of it, but with Max getting a big kill, oh, this could be a huge Diva bomb. Nothing gonna come of it quite, but with Mei picking up a kill of his own, the fight just doesn't end as Grumpy Kitten pushes in, along with Mei, Diva and Sombra picking up 2 huge kills for themselves here.
And no better example of the difficult decisions that DPS players are faced with during team fights. They lost their main tank, but they still had an ultimate that was able to make up the fight. I think it was a good call from Facecalm to do that. They weren't aware of the Diva coming back from spawn, the nano boost right as they come through with that defensive matrix. But because they weren't able to land that Pharah ultimate, Piper coming back to the fight fairly late, and that Shatter getting blocked by reliable Rez's bubble, they just were not able to keep the push going.
Absolutely, and they do in fact switch off the Pharah, maybe a little bit shaken by the fact that his ult was completely shut down there. Taking the high ground, Mei just a boost, and in they go. Myers pushing in deep, but the trap is massive. The MP comes out to try and keep him alive. Can Myers survive? But no, Piper and Facecalm picking up 2 absolutely massive kills. Out come the ult. both teams, but Piper continuing this reign of dominance, pushing through, doing massive damage here. Grumpy Kitten in a lot of trouble, but getting full healed up, and out comes the nano boost, but with Nihao doing his own big ult, does become Infection. That's the big kill they needed. Out comes the ult from Rez, but I don't know if anything can come for it. They do in fact pop the Shatter to get rid of him, but out comes the D-Throw, along with the Genji Blade. Oh, I was about to say the Genji gets shot down, but a huge ult from Grumpy Kitten might keep them in there. Heartbeat, but Nihao and Heartbeat both picking up big kills. Heartbeat continuing to push forwards on this Brig. Grumpy Kitten finds 3 with his ult, but it isn't enough as they look to take this point. Yeah, through they go.
Heartbeat on that Brigitte really did hold the point along with the help of Nihao Brian. Heartbeat, of course, helping keep that Soldier 76 alive. And then, you know, there's that face calm, that switch to the Junkrat. He gets the Riptire at the end of the fight. And it's one of the reasons why they're moving on to point B.
Absolutely. What I'm interested in is Mai on this flank now. Instantly pulls back. I'm wondering if he's going to look for some kind of hack to open them up to get the clear here.
Yeah, no, Ultimate's on board right now for Team D in the red, and only that Coalescence for Team C in the blue.
There it is, the jumping hack comes out. Borden in a lot of trouble here, but with Nihao getting a beautiful opening pick onto Infection, they might not need anything else, as Pokitude also taking a lot of damage, and there's the big kill from Face Calm, and with the ult coming out from Max doing big damage and just keeping everyone alive, this is a really, really scary point here, as Max does get the finish onto Grumpy Kid. It's just Rez left on point, and down he goes. Mia's in the back, and they are going to push it through. Team C brings it back.
Well, it was an easy push once you saw that Junkrat and Soldier get so far into the backline of Team C to take Infection and Pokitude out of the fight. And no doubt this is the triple bomb, and you're going to see something funny here. I believe Piper tries to charge the bomb out of the way, because it's already on a wall. He doesn't go very far. He dies to it. It was a good effort.
Yeah.
But it turned out the way he thought.
Absolutely, it was a really, really good effort. Almost brought them back into it, but just like you said, absolutely huge play from Heartbeat to just hold on to the point, not give them any room on it. And we look to be going to Hanamura next. I mean, I'm not as big on 2CP. What can you really tell me about the offensive side of Hanamura here?
Well, 2CP is where you can start to find some interesting compositions, but that's usually only when you're working with teams that are fairly experienced together. So this kind of solo queue format environment that we've got for this showcase, the attack on Hanamura, I don't expect to see any super coordinated dives. I wholeheartedly expect the Mei defense or some sort of collapsing defense on Hanamura, because that's just all the rage right now, and it's a really, really it's an effective strategy on maps that have such small choke points like Hanamura does. And as far as the attack goes, we may see a Hammond here. I've been seeing that be slightly successful in a couple of my matches, but I do expect to see an Ana Lucio as far as the supports go.
Absolutely, and I mean, the big question is, if the defense do play that Mei comp, do the offense go with your standard Rein Zarya to kind of just push your way through, or do they go, like you said, with a Hammond, a Diva, or a Winston, kind of do a dive around it? That's, I think, the really interesting counterplay that comes when the defense picks Mei.
On a map like Hanamura, you want to go with that dive around it, simply because once you walk through the gate, not only are you faced with an opening to your right, but the door can hide a player to your left. So if there's a Junkrat or Reaper, Sombra, or even the Mei sitting right there, it's really easy to close you off. And even if you can get a couple of people across in that Rein Zarya composition, you don't have the ability to support them once they're walled off. If you run a divey composition, then your Winston gets walled off. Cool. Your Diva flies over, your Genji hops over, your Lucio wall rides over. You've got healing DPS and an extra tank already over the wall.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't want to get too excited too early because he might switch off it, but I am seeing Nihao on the sim, and sim TP onto point on this map is kind of amazing.
Huh, that is a strategy I have not seen in action.
I saw it last time. In fact, I think it was actually the last time I casted here. On this exact map, we had a really, really interesting strategy where sim, what they do is they just TP onto point and you create a bunker. And especially if your opponents are playing kind of a Mei defense and Orisa Hog defense, you know, up against the gate. If you just TP behind them and set up, you suddenly almost have you are almost playing defense and they have to push into you.
Huh. Well, Nihao Brian is on Symmetra, so that might be exactly what we're seeing. You may have whispered into the ears of the players here. Reliable and Grumpy on the Orisa Hog as they're going for that pull port. The shield's going to make that difficult, especially with that defense matrix. And there it is, the teleport onto the point.
Round they go, and now look at this. They set up, and it means that the Orisa Hog is no longer useful. In they go, Facecam doing big damage here, but Nihao falls early to Mias. Mias on his own Junkrat, trying to make something happen here, doing massive damage and reliable res, just spraying in as Piper taking massive damage here. Facecam does win the 1v1 on the Junkrat. That is the kind of start they needed, and with Pochu, Piper somehow finding reliable res, and it looks like Vorden's in a lot of trouble here. Doesn't look to fall yet, he's in a lot of trouble. Down he goes though. Piper just continuing this reign of dominance with his hammer, swinging away. It's just Grumpy Kitten left, and down he goes. Simpic continuing to work.
Oh, Grumpy's still alive. He's running from Piper right now. He's trying to keep his life up, but all he's doing is charging up that shatter. And by the way, the second that Mias went down, Piper went crazy. That was absolutely insane. He kept his shield up until the Junkrat was taken care of, and once that happened, he dropped it and swang away.
Absolutely. I mean, as soon as you don't have Junkrat just taking away half your health pull on Ryan, you can start swinging and absolutely destroying. They seem to be taking the bottom right-hand side. I'm kind of interested to see what they do here.
I do believe they're about to try and force out the team to drop down to the point. Once that happens, Piper walks past that shield and releases the shatter.
Absolutely. But it doesn't work. The defensive team pop all of their ults here. The Nano Boost, the Junkrat Tire, and the Whole Hog all coming out simultaneously. I think that's what? 4 ults? Coming out from
4 ults, too many in my opinion. Now they only have that sound barrier to defend against Team D, and when Team D pushes in, I mean, this is best case scenario right now for Team D. You have all of the ult charge that you've gotten off of the quick take on point A, and now you've gotten the opposing team to use 3 ults and make a switch. And now we're gonna see a really strong defense coming in for this next push.
Absolutely, and they look to take this high ground. I love this boot from Facecam, but he doesn't quite land it. He tries for the jump, but doesn't make anything happen. Nihao, though, on this side angle, just spraying in, trying to get some big damage off, trying to maybe get his own ult up here. The red team just not really making anything happen. Piper, his shield's already fallen low. They're telling him to go in, but he can't. With the shield this low, he knows that Mias will just immediately destroy. Facecam, though, I like this ult. He's looking to try and find Ana. No, he pushes past. This is much bigger, but Mias gets it. Absolutely huge. Oh, and I think that might have saved it for them. In they go, doing big damage onto Mias. He looks to fall here. Can they find him? This is the big opener that they need. But with a huge shatter out from Piper, this could have turned around in an instant. Nihao does finally finish off Mias, and out comes the sound barrier from this offensive D team. Out goes they go, and the heartbeat falls as well. He finds off Pikachu. It's just Infection left. May does get the kill on the Facecam, but I don't know if it's enough, as out comes Mias on the May. Piper try to hold him. Out comes the stall now. Piper not quite charging. Should get the charge timing that he's looking for here. Out he comes though. Out comes the deep roll. Again, not going to find anything here. They're just trying to stall with the nano boost onto Grumpy Kitten. Out comes Reliable West. I say that, but a huge anti-nade has suddenly turned it around. Down goes Piper. Max falling very, very low, and Grumpy Kitten looks to capitalize. Max just trying to dip, duck, dive, and dodge away. Facecam, they're going to find May. It's still all to play for. I love this kind of stall gameplay. Out comes the Junkrat Tire. He finds 2. I think he might have won it with that, as Pikachu taking massive damage on point. I think they might have won it. Grumpy Kitten, big damage here. Out comes Reliable Res. Does get the charge off, but he's falling so low, and down he goes, and they do eventually take it. Huge ult from Facecam. Oh.
I was just thinking in my head, how many times have I seen Infection nail these crucial anti-nades throughout this showcase match that we've been watching, and then right as I'm talking about it, there goes Facecam, popping yet another Rip Tire to switch it up. I mean, I gotta say, the 2 MVPs that I'm looking at so far, and prove me wrong, everybody else, in this next push, make me love someone else a little bit more, but right now, Infection and Facecam are both kind of stealing my heart.
Speaking of heart, though, I'm going to have to completely disagree with you and go for the opposite Ana with Heartbeat. I think he hasn't been making the big plays that Infection has, but just the consistent heal, the flexing. He's shown some real versatility for me. I just think, you know, you can't overvalue versatility, especially from a support player.
Hold the phone, ladies and gentlemen. I believe the playing field has now been graced with the beautiful face of Ash, as Facecalm looks to bring in the new age of Owlet, making it up to date, playing the newest hero.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't know too much about Ashe, especially in these organized 6v6 lineups. What are we really going to see from her? Where's she going to sit? What's she going to try and do?
Well, right now, Ashe is going to be the one taking the high ground at the top right of the point. That way she can throw that dynamite in behind the team through the small window to the right, or directly at the main tank there in the front. Other than that, her job, make sure that Lucio and Brigitte don't get to the point.
Very, very simple job. Let's see if she can do it. Rez is going to get his whole team into the side room, but actually, they're going to change their mind. They're going to do a split. I love this pincer movement. Rez pushing in deep. Max taking a lot of damage, but they're going to leave him as Piper is actually in a lot more danger here, but he's pushing around. This is amazing, and Grumpy Kitten in a lot of danger here, and they are going to find him. That's the opener that Max was looking for, and they push back onto the point. The offensive side have managed to get a tick and a half here, but it might not be enough as they're taking big damage. But the huge shatter from Piper. I love that charge shatter combo from him. As Myers is going to pick up Facecalm, but it's not going to be enough as they look to hold this defense firm with Nihao doing massive damage here. May not going to be enough. Yeah, down goes Nias to Piper. Just continuing to swing away on this point.
Yeah, Piper hasn't stopped swinging until he got, since he got to the point. He walked all the way out, came back still swinging, took on a Brigitte, came back still swinging. He's worked himself 88% to another shatter, and if you recall, he started this fight with the shatter.
So he's going to look for it. They're pushing up. Grumpy Kitten wants blood. He's not going to find it though. A beautiful fire strike from Piper. But this is actually really, really scary. Down goes Warden's neck with Piper so low. Nihao is going to have to pop the ult to keep him alive. But he's not actually going to get anything from it with Infection fighting on. And that's a big shatter of his own from Reliable Res. But it's not enough as Piper gets the tackle. Oh, that was incredible. Piper. He's proved us both wrong. We didn't talk about him. We didn't think he was the MVP. But look at this gameplay from him on this first point defense. Not letting go of left click. And completely shattering this offense. I say that though. Pochi gets a big boop onto Nihao. He gets no, he got two. He got 2 kills with the boop. They take it. I was just saying how Piper was holding it on his own. They just lost it.
Yep. Can't do it solo. It's a 6-person game. Piper decided to make it a 6v nobody. Not Piper, I'm sorry, Poke2 decided to make it a 6v nobody.
They look to keep pushing with this momentum. I love this. May taking high ground, but no, suddenly realized it's a very, very scary spot. They do again get an early tick. Out comes Bob from the defensive side, and they nano it. Out comes Nano Bob. Rez taking a lot of damage here. They also do pop the Graviton here. I say that, it's actually turned around. Nano Bob is not getting any value off as Reliable Rez was able to shoot it all. And while he was doing it, the Grav Moira ult combo came out to do a big damage. And that's a big charge from Rez onto Warden, the only one left. And they do get him before he gets into mech. Out comes the stall. Let's see how good their stall is. Nihao on the point. Because he's just switched onto the Reaper, he doesn't have anywhere near the ultimate. Down goes Heartbeat. Wrecking Ball. The ultimate stall coming out. Piper trying to make something happen here. But the charge from Rez tackles him mid-swing. Rez, the 2 Reinhardts, really showing their stuff here. I love this as Rez now doing his own hold left click strategy. Max taking big damage. Out comes Nihao. He's switched onto Sim now. Just trying to hold it, trying to make something happen. The anti-nade, though, could be big, but with Reliable Rez getting 2 smashing kills here. Out comes the ult from May, doing big damage. Piper back on the point, but I don't know if it's going to be enough as they look to take this point. They do. Whew.
And the big thing to talk about in that last push was they played the Ashe for Bob. So that on point 2, when they got into... the big thing to talk about there is they played they played it for Bob. So that on point 2... they can throw the extra person on, nano him, forget about him, and then play with the advantage. But great awareness from Reliable Rez to charge that nanoed Bob off of the point into that little hallway on the left, and then him and May win over shielded defense matrix, and then once the nano was gone, they returned to the team fight, easy peasy.
Absolutely. I mean, like you said, that you cannot discount the awareness of that. I mean, I don't think it would be unreasonable to say that that really was a massive turning point on that last point, because a Nano Bob does a lot of damage, and if they didn't correctly deal with him, you can see that Bob getting 2-3 kills, and that's all that the defense really need to kind of squash that push. What is this?
Looks like we're gonna get to see all the all the different compositions. Now remember, guys, this is Hanamura, also called Forever Mura, because these matches can take a while. But that just means we get to see a lot of people do a lot of stuff. So make sure you're keeping out for the people that we have been talking about, because I'm gonna start talking about them more, because we got a lot of time to talk about these guys.
I love it. Look, they're worried about the sim comp, so they're actually playing off to the side of point here. I don't think I've ever seen a defense have to do this. I love it.
Now they're also playing GOAT, so what they're looking for is a close quarters brawl. So they're gonna let them get to the point, speed boost on in, and let them.
And out they go. Facecam taking lots of damage early on, down to half health. They aren't gonna find them, but Piper is gonna pick up Grumpy Kitten. That's the kind of kill they need to find him with Nihao doing big damage. It looks like Reliable Res Shield's in trouble, and down it goes. They're not trying to push in though, as Goat is very, very scary close range, whereas they have the much more scary long-range composition. As Facecam and Nihao can just spam into this point, doing huge damage. Mias looks to be the next one they're trying to take. They can't find him as Brigida just holding off, and with Mei getting a huge kill onto Nihao. This could be what holds them in it, but with Reliable Res falling, the absolute linchpin of this defensive side, and Piper picking up Mias, it looks like they might be able to take it yet again. Pikachu falling low, down he goes, and yes, that is going to be another fast take for TMC here.
So team C, or is that Team D?
This is Team
C.
C.
Team C, yeah. Team C with another quick take. They're going to put themselves back up to 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, and they are going to be walking into this point with, I'm going to say it, 6 ultimates. I know that Nihao Bryan's at 88%, but that's one Helix Rocket. Come on, he's going to have it.
And it looks like they're just going to run through main, trying to keep that pressure. What I'm worried about is when Nihao Bryan's going to go, yeah, he's going to try and push up top onto the same spot. But a beautiful charge from Reliable. There's the shatter. They've got to try and pull it back, though, and they're not going to be able to get the kill onto Mei. Facecam is going to pick up Reliable Res. Onto Mei's ult. I don't know if it's going to be... Oh! Woo! It's huge from Borden. He gets 3 absolutely massive kills. Nihao also popping his own ult to pick up his own 2. And it looks like Team C might have just taken it on their first try. Piper just going to hold the front door. Beautiful stop there. Mei just about getting to point. The shatter coming out. And I say that, they do turn it around. Facecam, though, does find Reliable Res. Grumpy Kitten and Mei trying to fire back, but the nano onto Piper. But Piper, though, misses the charge and gets spooked off. That's absolutely huge. I cannot overstate how massive that is from Myers. Myers is going to find him, but look at that. Without Piper there with the nano, they don't actually get the finish. Huge
Beautiful flail. Beautiful flail from Myers there to push him off of the point. Completely nullifying that. Not only nullifying the nano boost, but the whole point of that nano boost is that Piper would have a shatter at the end of it.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, like you deal with almost 2 stages of attack with 1 flail. Absolutely incredible there. So they're just going to take the high ground this time. Yeah, and down they go. The big charge from Piper doesn't find anyone with it, but Facecam gets both healers. Out comes the grab though, and with Reliable Res just swinging into it, they might be able to find something here. They also pop the Diva mech. See if they can get anything. No, as Piper just playing very, very defensive, holding off against it. But look at this from Nihao. I love this. And Facecam just spinning around, and that's 2 huge kills. Nihao just up on this balcony. No one's there to contest him. They've got nothing as he just spams away. Mias and Pokechute are going to find 2 kills, but I don't know if it's going to be enough with Piper just swinging away on point. There goes the ult from him. Finding Mias. It's just Pokechute left. In comes Infection and in comes Grumpy Kitten, but I don't know if they can make any kind of contest happen here. As I said, Nihao just up on this off angle. No, he's jumped onto point. He's completely proved me wrong. He's decided, no, I don't want to take the off angle that Pip was talking about. I'm going to sit on point. I'm going to prove him wrong. And it looks like Booty might actually get another hold. Infection picking up 2 smooth kills for himself, and they do actually hold it again.
The key to mitigating the respawns and keeping your control with a defensive advantage as strong as the respawns here is keeping your main tank alive. And this is the second push where we've seen Piper get a little bit too aggro, and he's been taken out. And once he's fallen, that's when we see Team C have to retreat.
Absolutely, and it looks like Team D are actually going to pop the rally as well. They're ready for this up top point, and out it comes. Reliable Res and Piper facing off. Gordon does pop the ult and just falls on point. Nothing really going to come of this. Piper pushing forward, does get booped off. They do move to point, but as I said, Nihao, look at this ult though from Facecalm. He's done a lot with them so far. Let's see what he can make happen. They can't seem to find it. He gets 2! Oh, that's another 2 amazing kills from Facecalm. Nihao pops his own ult. This is it. This is the do or die time for them. They do get the nano onto Piper. He's swinging. They also pop the trans. This is every single ult on this Team C. Infection falling low. They can't seem to find him though. He's just zipping and moving around the point. Maestro, it's a huge shout-out from Piper, showing why we were talking about him so much on that first point. They're almost there. Reliable, Res, and Poketune, the only ones left. Now goes Reliable. It's just Poketune left, and they do get to the end again. Whew, Team C. Not out of this by any means.
Not at all. Fighting tooth and nail, and I like the little what they were doing with their Rip Tire and their Tac Visor. They would pull out the Tac Visor to pull the Diva out of position, and then as she's coming out of position, activate the tire kind of near. And in the process of doing so, most of the time they would desuit the Diva so that the Tac Visor not only would gain purchase on the entire team, but catch the baby Diva coming out of mech as well.
Absolutely, and I mean, for any teams who are looking to draft players, the clear coordination that took from both those DPS is something you have to look for. Like we say, these are just free agents, they do not play together often, and for them to already have this level of coordination, that's very impressive of their kind of teamwork abilities.
This is true, and I do want to remind everybody, these are the minor games. So if you're looking to pick up, any players for your minors team, these are the guys that you are looking for. If you're looking for majors players, I do believe that those showcases follow this match right here, because this is our second match, yes? So
yeah,
we are the minors.
Yeah, we are absolutely the last of the minors. But I mean, I'd like to say, you know, save the best for last.
Of course.
Let's see what they can make happen. Facecalm! Oh, I haven't seen that since the beginning of the game. Beautiful opener from Facecalm there. Absolutely love that. And as much as it's a fun kill, it delays them for 7 seconds, gets Facecalm much closer to his ultimate. You know, that's the kind of thing you want to see from your Junkrat. It's just those little optimizations.
Yep. An interesting defense here. They're defending off to the left here for one reason and one reason only. It gives them options. They can charge when they go point. They can wrap around to the side. Reliable though.
Huge. I don't know if you quite saw that. As Piper charged, he got flailed away, but it's not enough as Facecalm is going to pick up Infection. Facecalm also finds Reliable. Facecalm, we were talking about him earlier. He's very much still in this as Piper picks up Nia. In comes the Reaper, trying to make something happen on this point. Nothing going to come from Nihao, but Piper gets another beautiful charge off. Grumpy Kitten and Poketune do find him. It's just Facecalm left, actually. Let's see what he can make happen against the Zarya. No, Grumpy Kitten. As we said, the substitute player in, again, showing some real value here on this Zarya.
I thought that was going to be a done deal for the defense. I thought that they had it once I saw the pin come out onto Mei. Great job from Pokey to keep himself and Grumpy Kitten alive.
Absolutely here. I mean, that's not an easy 2v2 to win. You know, against Reinhardt, Junkrat, two very big damage dealers, you know, the amount of healing that it took to do that is definitely impressive from him.
Great hack to start off this fight.
Absolutely huge hack, but nothing gonna come of it. They do pop the grab, and they do get a couple in it. They're just looking for the Moira, and they do find Max. That's the big one. Heartbeat sleeps Grumpy Kitten on point, and they're just chilling out on point. Meanwhile, the big fight happens up top. Out comes the sound barrier. Mia's though, big damage here. Facecalm is going to pick up one, but I don't know if it's going to be enough as Grumpy Kitten. No, there it is. The Nano Reaper, absolutely enough to tear through Team D here. Poketune looking to take a lot of damage here. Let's see if he can get out. He does just make it with Mia's also a kill of his own.
Mia's stuck on top of the door.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what he was doing there. No, another stronghold actually from Team C here.
Yep, and all that they have to do is stop Team D from getting the first point, or from the second point, and they go ahead and walk away with this with the win here. And they have a pretty good hold here on the high ground. If anyone tries to dive, Nihao Brian is just gonna shred them on that Reaper. Not to mention that Facecalm's doing a pretty good job of locking down that small hallway. Looks like Mei's here on the point, possibly trying to just kind of read the situation, going up from behind, wants to hack the D.Va. No! Big MP!
A huge EMP, but they can't make anything of it as Piper does a beautiful charge, shatter, combo. I love this. Nihao does pop the ult, but nothing's looking to come of it. He's doing big damage, but can't find it. Reliable! Huge shatter! It's Max and Nihao. They're looking to get the finish. Max falling very, very low, and they do find him with Mei and Infection picking up 2 massive kills. Down goes Nihao. It's just Heartbeat and Facecam left. Facecam does pick up Neas, but they might be able to finish it off here. It's a 3 versus 3. Facecam taking big damage, but he is going to get away just in time as Heartbeat keeps him alive. Huge play from him. Piper also going to pick up Mei, and it looks like they're again going to hold it. They also pop the Junkrat tire. They drop 2 ticks, but they do just cling on.
As much as I like the thought of what Reliable was trying to do, that Earth Shatter committed just a second too late. And he was just a little bit too low on health when he popped it, so he wasn't able to get anything from it. Like I said earlier, once the main tank on this point is out of the fight, it is not difficult for the defenders to just focus down one hero after the other.
Absolutely, like you said, the main tank is the real linchpin of these offenses. So as soon as a reliable res falls, there's just the rest of them are just free pickings. Another big hack coming out from Mei, doing big work here, hacking Piper every single push. Piper's gonna look for the charge here, surely. Down he goes, and there goes the kill onto Reliable. And as we said, as soon as the main tank falls, forwards they go. Piper picks up Neas. They're looking to find another one on the way out. D.Va chasing even.
Yeah, that's it for that push. Nihao's gonna sit comfortably on his perch, and they're gonna return to their spot on the high ground here.
I mean, this is a really, really strong defense here from Team C. I mean, just quickly, what do you think Team D can do here to kind of push into it and make a play happen? They just need 1 tick.
Well, here's the deal. Right now, they don't have any time to make any switches, so there's going to be a lot relying on the accuracy of Mei's EMP here and what Grumpy Kitten can do with the Graviton.
Oh my!
Oh no!
It was a C9!
Oh no!
It was a full C9! No one died! Oh my god!
What?
There were no deaths.
Man, that is a classic forehead move right there. Oh man.
No one died. There were no deaths. They just walked onto the point.
Did you guys think that we were gonna get an end to the showcase there? Well, surprise! We're going one time.
And the defense are in such a good position. They had so many more ults.
You know the members of Team D are kicking themselves on that one.
Oh, what did we just see? Was it just miscommunication, maybe?
I'm not sure. I mean, you had Nihao Brian up on the high ground there. Yeah, part of it was miscommunication, but part of it was also the EMP. With the EMP, the D.Va couldn't boost down to the point. They couldn't disengage from that fight on the high ground quick enough to get down onto the point.
Are you making the case that the C9 was the end game plan for that offense?
Slightly. I just watched the replay. I don't think it was completely, but I do think that if the D.Va wasn't hacked, we would have seen her... Because the team was definitely reacting to the point being... For them being on the point, but it didn't seem like they were moving quick enough. Anyway, cheeky strategies coming out here.
I really like this because they've been playing so like far back. Oh no, Mei pops early, and now they go, and there's a big entry from Reliable Res, and there's a second one. With only 1 minute left, they only need to win 2 team fights, and this is the first one knocked out instantly by a little cheat strat here. I love that.
And this is really important because we've seen Team C take the point first try every time so far.
They're actually holding it to the wall.
See if the strategy pans out.
Oh, the charge! No, they don't quite land it. Are they just trying to stall him out? This could be... I don't know if this is genius or terrible. We'll find out. But with Facecam picking up a big kill on Reliable though is going to find Piper.
Oh, the grab!
The grab! They find him! Oh, this is huge! Infection! Reliable! Both getting killed! That's another one from Reliable! I think they held it.
Nope, we do have somebody on the point.
It's just Max. In comes the D.Va, but with Vorden and Max, I don't know if they can make anything happen here. Max falling very, very low, but I mean, the self-heal of Moira keeping him alive. Still going, actually. Still up, down he goes. D.Va does get the mech pull off. That's gonna come through. Piper getting a big kill. Piper getting 2 big kills. Oh! Out of nowhere, Piper spins the game around. Doing big damage here with Vorden, also getting the jump mech. And there's the ult from Sim. How comes Facecam's ult? He's always got value off of it. Not today, though. Not when they really, really needed it. But with Heartbeat and Vorden doing all of the work here, they don't need to. It looks like they actually might be able to take this first point.
And there's huge props right now for Max and Borden being able to be the, first of all, the lonely Moira on the point, and then follow that up with Borden came in to help out that Moira. Piper with a beautiful charge onto Reliable Res, taking him out of the fight early on, getting him the shatter, and then turning around and knocking down the entire team. Gave him 30 seconds to get to point B. But it gives them point A, and that's important with only 1 minute and 14 for Team D to attack.
Absolutely, and out comes the rally from this defensive side. But Neha Bryan, actually, the one I'm really going to watch here, he does pop the ult, but nothing's really going to come of it. The Lucio pushing forwards, Poketune trying to make something happen here. The shatter comes out from Reliable Res, and it looks like Piper can fall, but no, he's kept alive by a lovely Moira roll here, playing the heal instead of the DPS. Out comes a shatter from Piper, but again, nothing going to come of it. With Heartbeat getting a big kill onto Infection, and the Sound Barrier coming out. This could be absolute heartbreak for this defensive side. They've got to try and make something happen here. Mia's pushing forwards, and there's the grab. This could be what they're talking about. Reliable Res, and there's 3 instant kills off of that Graviton. Grumpy Kitten doing big damage here. It's just Facecam Max left. Down goes Facecam, down goes Max. It's just D.Va. I don't know if Morden can make magic happen today. Down he goes. They don't get the second point. That's gonna be the end there.
Yeah.
Whew. For a second, I thought they might. Oh. But no, like you said though, although obviously Max didn't get any of the kills on that first point, the ability for that Moira to just stay alive, that, like you said, that lonely Moira up against 3 people, I think, on that point, staying alive, I think was really what gave them the opportunity to come back into this.
Well, I mean, that Moira could possibly be the one that lets them, the reason that they end up winning this. Now that you've gotten this first point, with, like you said, with only 1 minute and 14, they only have to win two team fights, as long as they don't let a Moira past.
Absolutely, and I don't know if this is what they stick with. I genuinely hope it is, because I'm immensely curious to see how Bunker Comp with Hammond works.
Bunker Comp with Hammond is actually extremely effective, because if you can get Hammond to use that Seismic Slam onto the team, it immobilizes them for long enough for Neha Bryan to melt down 1 or 2 of those squishies.
Absolutely, and I mean, we can't take away the fact that Facecam has been playing this Junkrat the entire time and has been consistently getting work off of it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an ult coming out of him within the first kind of 50 seconds, and a couple of kills off of it as well.
They're gonna do the bunker composition at the top here.
I can't tell if this is... I don't know well enough. Is this going to be amazing against the Bastion comp or terrible? The Goats here.
Goats is going to be difficult as long as the Bastion can shred through Reliable's barrier, but if they stay out of the sideline of the Bastion, they're going to have a lot of success here. Able to get onto the point.
They do just about make it. Piper doing as much as he can to displace them, and they do manage to set the Bastion up. This is big though. Bastion's got to try and find at least 1 kill here. Piper though, I love this! Just spinning around, displacing. He might even get the boot. Doesn't quite, but like you said, Bastion just in a beautiful little sideline area. And there's the big shield from Orisa, along with Facecam. Facecam already on his ult. As I said, if within 40 seconds he's got it. And there he goes, setting it up. He just needs to get 1 clear. They've stalled this out very, very long here. And there's the ult to find Poketune. That's what they needed. He also finds May with it. And in they go. The Bastion ult coming out. Not going to get any kills here, but it's going to break Reliable Res's shield. And that's all they need. And it just opens up the floor for Facecam to do massive damage here. Forward they go though. Reliable Res knows he needs to make a play. He doesn't get the charge he wants though. Hitting the Hammond is not who you're looking for here. You're looking for a support or a DPS. And down he goes. But this push from Nia could actually be the throw. Max has to pop his ult to save it, and he does get the res off. Huge res from Max here. Out comes the Orisa ult, and it looks like it could be all over for Team D. There's not many of them left. It's just 3 left, and Nihao just tearing through them. The grab does come out, but doesn't look like Grumpy can really make anything happen here against this much healer. He does get 1. He does get 2. I say that May also on the point. They've just got to try and stall this out. And in they come. And actually, Reliable's here as well. I'd say that it's completely turned around. Max in a lot of trouble here. Facecam though. The voice of reason, the calming influence on this team does keep them all alive here. Reliable Res does have the shatter. He doesn't have to pop it though. As Grumpy seems to be the big playmaker. Oh no, in comes the Sound Barrier as well. He finds Vorden. Like I said, it's turned around in a second here. Max does get the res, but it's too little too late, as Mias has already picked up 2 kills on this Doomfist. Max and Nihao, the big players left on this point. Max in a lot of trouble here, falling very, very low, and he's going to fall to the shadow. They're going to take it. This is... How did they turn this around? Team D.
The key to that was the bell, all right? While the Bastion was where he was, You saw Reliable, Grumpy, and Myas, and May actually, doing this beautiful dance where they were keeping themselves behind the bell and out of the sight line of the Bastion. And because of that, they were able to stay alive long enough to build up the ultimates that won them the fight.
And in come the ult. The ult from Bastion could be huge. Not Bastion even. I mean from Hammond. It could be huge just to hold the back and look. Reliable Res isn't comfortable to push in. Facecam pops his ult. And that's a huge kill onto Poke Juden with Heartbeat picking up one. Piper picking up one as well. Even with that heroic push, we look to be going to a draw here.
Nope.
No! And it comes again! No! Mias does fall.
Team C, however, did get at least 1/3 of the point.
Did they?
They did, I believe. Oh, no, they didn't. Never mind. Never mind. I'm blind. And I have memory issues. I apologize.
Oh my lord. Can we just say, by the way, although this is a draw, both teams took that first point by just heroic 1v3 plays. Both teams looked like they were going to lose that first point, and they somehow held it in. Absolutely stunning play from everyone involved.
I agree. MVPs for me, they remain the same. I think that Piper on the main tank doing an absolutely beautiful job. Both Heartbeat and Infection, but for me, Infection was the one coming out with those. I'm an Animane, and those plays were just juicy, juicy, juicy.
I've actually completely changed my mind. I'm going with Reliable Res. He was just absolutely incredible on that Reinhardt. The shadows were good, the charges were good. He made plays that saved them from defeat so many times.
This is true. And guys, if you want to draft any of these players, make sure that you hit up one of the Owlet admins to figure out the correct process in order to do that. But I believe we are done here. We are there. The Owlet's going to be moving on to the majors matches. So from myself, Shadow24, from Pip, from Noah, from the entire Owlet, thank you guys for tuning in for these showcase matches. Huge shout out to both Team D and Team C for some fantastic play. And we hope you guys enjoy the rest of the night of matches.
One shot, one kill. Heroes never die. I've got you in my shot. One kill.